All right, so you being one of the top corners in the nation in your class, did you start out at corner or did somebody push you?
I wasn't really forced. I started playing it because people usually find out their position when they get to like middle school, high school. I started playing corner when I was about like sixth, seventh grade. So that's when I really figured out like, okay, I'm playing corner. I was always playing like safety or corner in little league, but like I didn't know which one I wanted to do. But like I found love for corner.
Now I noticed that you're a track guy too, huh?
Yes, sir.
So what events are you in?
I'm in the one, the two, 4x1, 4x4, 400. Sprinter all around.
Okay, and that's awesome. I'm telling all my guys, you got to run track, right? I coached at a high school briefly just to help out, and I was like, all my corners got to run track. But did you run track first, or were you playing football? Like, how did you get into track?
I think they were around the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, they were definitely
Okay.
around the same time.
Yeah. So, my question is, you started early. You're playing corner. You're running track. But is this something that was just naturally God gifted, or did you have a trainer? Did you have a track coach that you specifically work with, at the defensive back position, or a track coach that you've been working with your whole life that's enabled you to get to this point?
Yeah, the best DB trainer I know, his name's Chachi Sullivan. He coaches at Huff High School. He's the reason why I'm here today. The reason why I'm able to be comfortable alone on the island. Comfortable in my position. He's the owner of SCDB Group. So
I asked you. So when did you start training with him?
sixth, seventh grade. Yeah, sixth, seventh grade. So I've been with him for a little while.
Yeah. All right. So what are some of the drills and what are some of the techniques that he's taught you? And, mindset techniques.
Well, when I first started, I was like sixth, seventh grade, so I wasn't really pressing. So it was really more just like getting my feet wet, getting all my techniques down. Now how to learn how to backpedal. He's one of them DB coaches that you got to use your arms to backpedal because it help you go everywhere. That in terms of breaking, putting your hand through the hoodie pocket, all that. So yeah, I started with that with him, and then like when I started to get like to eighth, ninth grade, that's when I started learning how to press. At the line of scrimmage, I like to look at like need a back foot for the first movement, and then like for the first 7 yards, I like to look at like inside hip, and after the 7 yards, transition to outside hip, because that'll take you everywhere you're going, and in his theory. So, and that's helped me through my game.
And what grade are you in again?
I'm a sophomore.
Man, this cat's in the NFL don't know this type of stuff.
Nah,
yeah. Shout out to your trainer, dog.
Yeah, shout out to your trainer for sure, because I actually went to a clinic and I paid money for this clinic, right? And I'm not gonna give away the secrets, but well, it's not a secret anymore. But there was an NFL DB coach speaking, and literally everything that he spoke about, right? And so that's literally millions dollars worth of game, that you're able to articulate, rather quickly. So that's amazing. So, going into this year, when did you started to see that, okay, I'm not just good, I'm one of the best, and people are starting to notice?
That was exactly Florida State after my freshman year. That summer, after my freshman year of high school, I started going to camps. I started putting my head down working. I started with Florida State. Well, I started with Tennessee first, and I balled out at that camp. I got that offer, and then when I really knew, like, okay, this is gonna be me, I went to Florida State, worked out in front of Norvell and Pat Surtain, and Pat Surtain Senior, he told me I had one of the best set of eyes he's seen and one of the best camps he's seen since a while. So that really shocked me. Then when Mike Norvell came over and offered me right on the spot, I was like, okay. I need to keep working.
All right, so you go to these Power Four, you balling out of these camps. I mean, are you going at their number one dude? Are you trying to find that number one receiver and lock him down?
Oh, yeah. So what happened was, I don't mind saying it because, he's in college now. But so at Florida State, I went up against their top commit. He's at Georgia now because he flipped. But nobody else wanted to go. I took every rep because I wanted it. So I took every rep. People was like, "Oh, snap, he's going against him." I went against him, and so when we went against each other, I was right there in right position, he just had to get better catch. So it was on like a slant or a dig route. So, but like it's just like effort for me. I feel like if you don't give no effort, then there ain't no point in you playing no football. So.
Man, that's amazing. And it seems like you got the measurables. And I noticed, man, you're incredibly confident. And D and I were talking about how important that is at the cornerback position. So, like, what would you say that confidence comes from when it comes to you and your game?
I'm be honest, I didn't used to be confident at all. I started gaining my confidence freshman year around that time when I started working out, putting my head down and just straight working. And then obviously you get confident when you start getting in the weight room. And when I started getting in the weight room, I was like, okay, I could start putting my hands on guys. I could start pressing more. I could start doing all that. So that's what made me more confident.
That's
amazing, man.
That is amazing, and for all my young kids, talking or listening to this, right? Confidence comes from the work, right? So confidence comes from putting in the work, on the field, in the weight room, and then once you start seeing results, right? I'm sure that built more and more and more confidence. And then guys, I know prospect camps are coming up. Don't duck smoke. All right, we talked to it's funny, Mark, because when we're talking to the top DBs, there's a similarity, and the common denominator is when they go to the camps, they're finding the guy, right? So don't duck the guy, go get the guy. And of course run track, right? Of course put in the weight room, and they're learning early, right? So 5th grade, 6th grade is when all these greats, started to put in the work. So when you go to these prospect camps, man, don't duck smoke. Obviously put in that work now. To build that confidence. So who are some of the DBs that you look at? For me, it was, I grew up around the Revis area. So that's kind of my guy when it comes to, who I modeled my game around. Do you model your game around anyone? Whose game do you look at in the league or even college today?
In terms of everything, I'd say when I look at what a cornerback does best and what I want to do is in terms of physicality, Jalen Ramsey, obviously. Patience on the line. I really do look at Revis too. He was super patient. I like technique and all that. College right now, people really don't really talking about him, but Benjamin Morrison.
Yeah. I think because he got hurt.
No, that's awesome, man. I'm really impressed with your ability to express yourself, and I think that's very important because communication at the DB spot is extremely important, man. So I'm going to ask you this. What makes you a good teammate?
What makes me a good teammate is probably my leadership. And my leadership, I'm going to be honest, didn't start till sophomore year. This upcoming year, I started noticing I had multiple opportunities to go to other schools and all that. I had other high schools because my high schools, we're not big, but we're still winning. So I had multiple other inquiries, and what made me want to stay is helping my guys getting recruited. Yes, I want to see them make it to the next level. So I stayed. Yeah,
that's dope.
All right,
that's dope.
Let me just say this. Can I talk? So D and everybody listening, including the universities, my man said he stayed so that he can build the program up. Man, he cared about his teammates. He literally stayed, and I bet you every high school in the area wanted a guy like you, but you had, I'm not going to say you're completely loyal to any one school, but you stayed for your brothers, man, your comrades. Because I will tell you this, Josh. After the game, I played, 20-some years, my whole career from Little League to pro. That's what I remember the most, man. I remember my teammates. I remember that the times we had together, sweating together, bleeding, crying together, you know what I'm saying? Wins and losses. So I do want to say that's extremely commendable, and I know that's very attractive to the coach's ears. A guy who wants to develop, a guy who wants to stick with a program and win with his brothers, man. So that's pretty dope.
What are you looking for in a school?
A big piece for me is education because my mom's a teacher. She's been teaching for 18 years. And I want to have a great relationship with the coaches, and I want, yeah, that's basically it for me.
Or what type of coaching style do you think is best for you?
Definitely. I want a DB coach that develops me as on the field and off the field. I want to, have that level of success if I make it to the league, and I already know what to do by getting trained by the best. So when it comes to on the field and off the field, I want the best. I want to be in a winning and a family-oriented environment also. So.
Man, that's amazing. So with this, with this whole landscape of NIL and things changing, people changing programs, and you're not really seeing anyone stick around, and who knows if people are graduating, how are you viewing this? And like I said, who do you have in your circle? You say you have your mom as a teacher that's kind of helping you guide you through this wild, wild west of college football.
Definitely my mom and my dad. I also have a little sister. She's taking on. She's going on a visit. She's only 10 years old, so she's always playing the arcades. When I see the coaches talking to her, seeing how they respond to her, talk to her, because that just matters to me, my family. So yeah, my parents and my family.
Yeah,
my family. Whoever I choose when it comes down to that commitment date, I want to stay there. That would be my last thing I want to do is lead the program unless, something happens, this and that. So I want to stay somewhere where I know I'm going to be able to stay there for 3 to 4 years.
Oh, that's amazing, man. Speaking of, let's talk about the parents, man. So did your your mom was a teacher. Did your dad play sports? Did your mom play sports at what time? Is that where the athletic ability is coming from?
Yeah, my mom ran track and my dad played football and basketball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. So you come from you have great pedigree, man. You have great DNA, and it seems like your mom and dad has really taught you well. So I commend them as well, man, because you got the measurables, you got the mindset, and you got that dog in you. So I got a question. So again, I go in the inside. I kind of want to see what drives the player. So what motivates Josh?
What motivates me is looking back on how I used to be on the Little League team, and I used to get put at D in. I used to get absolutely thrown in the dirt, crying in practice, complaining, I at that point, cause I came from the team where I used to get the ball all the time. I used to score 5-6 touchdowns a game to playing in unlimited. So I used to get thrown around. I used to get all of that, and so at some point it just got to a point, and it just snapped where, all right, I'm start using my head and go at it. So that's my motivation. I don't want to ever see myself down like that again.
I love it.
Now, yeah, man, I love it, man. And those times, what I learned is those times are good for you, man. Kind of it may seem like a dark time at the moment. That's what helps you later on. You can look back man, I really come a long way. And with that being said, so when I was coming into the league, I had a trainer. His name was Kevin Mathis. He's now DB coach with Deion Sanders. He's at Prime over there in Colorado. He told me a cornerback's best ability is his ability to recover. Okay, so even though you're balling, you're dogging cats now. When you get to that next level, you're gonna be going against really good guys, and guess what? You may get beat. So when or if you get beat, what is have you dealt with that already, and how fast do you recover from that?
So like my DB trainer also says, bro, he's just a great all-around guy. He tells me life tips and all that, gives me DB tips. You got to have a goldfish memory if you play in this game. So, next rep for me, if I get beat, if I just hang my head down the whole game, it's going to start affecting the team. Especially with me being where I am today, it's going to start affecting the team, how I play, and it's just going to make the game go worse. So I just got to get right back on the line.
I don't think there's ever been a time where I got beat where I felt like it was the receiver, right? Even if I got dusted for 80 yards, I never felt like it was because he couldn't be guarded. It was damn, I opened too earlier. Man, why don't I keep inside, right? So, that's and I've gone against, Devontae Adams and Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks, and never once was I it's because they couldn't be guarded, right? So, that's on top of having that goldfish memory. It's never the receiver. It's never the receiver. So, are you playing 7-on-7 right now? Are you into that space?
I did play 7-on-7 for 2 or 3 tournaments, but I'm not really focused on that too much. I just wanted to play a little bit of games here and there, but I don't really stress it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So so the base of your recruiting is 11 on 11, and then you going and showing out at these camps, right? That's how a lot of this how all this started to grow for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so, man, so run me through the timeline. All right. So you got Florida State was your first offer, correct? Or was it Tennessee?
Actually, it was Duke.
Oh, it was Duke.
It was Duke.
It was Duke.
Yeah, it was
okay.
Duke.
And where did Duke come from?
That was in January after the season. We took up a visit, and yeah, I'm gonna talk to the general manager. I talked to the Manny Diaz head coach, and sat down. They offered me, and then after that, weeks later, I got like Indiana. I got the home state, South Carolina. Then I got NC State, and then it just kept on going.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. So, have you seen So, have you seen a change in, just your life? Is it has anything changed, externally?
Well, first of all, I would like to start with I want to stay humble because I know how it is to. Oh, I want this offer. I want that offer. I've had that feeling, so I want to stay humble and keep my head on the swivel. So yeah, that's first and foremost for me.
Well, one thing I noticed just listening to you, it seems like you're focused on the process. Like you're focused on everyday process to improve. You have good leadership right now. You got your trainer who sounds amazing. You got your parents who keep you grounded. So like if you, and the thing is, if you start thinking about the outcome of everything, it kind of gets your focus off of right now, the moment, right? What can I do right now to get better and improve my skills? So yeah, man, that's impressive. That's impressive. And keep that mindset. Like today is the only day that exists. Does that make sense, Josh?
Yes, sir. And there's I feel like there's steps to my game that I can improve way better. Like I know I'm not done. I feel like myself, like I haven't reached my potential.
So if we could connect you with your favorite cornerback, like literally go out and work out with them, because that's what we do at the DB Network. We want to connect you, man. Who would be that guy so we can slip them a DM?
Mm.
Anybody? Just
I gotta think on this one.
Okay, take your time.
Pat Surtain.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I feel like I can see my game being like his when it's all said and done.
So yeah, Pat. So we're gonna send us
the.
Yeah. So Pat, look, we'll just say if it's Pat, then hey Pat, you see this? We're gonna post this and we're gonna send it to you, man. We're gonna DM you and tag you in this, man. You gotta get young fella out there.
Which recruiting visits have stuck out to you?
Definitely Texas. As soon as I stepped on that campus, like the environment, it's in the city, so stadium was huge. They're still renovating it, so they're still adding more stuff to it. Weight room, facilities, all that was nice. I have to say Georgia also. Georgia's facilities were nice too. Great atmosphere. Seems like they have a great college. South Carolina, they're the home state. I've been there multiple times, of course. Feels like home, of course, because it's right up the road. And I have to go another one. I have to go with Tennessee for right now. Game day atmosphere. I was at the Tennessee versus Alabama game, so that game was.
Yeah.
It felt like I heard the decimals in my ears, so it was like ears was black. But yeah, that's a couple for me right now. And I didn't really get to see Florida State, all of it. I was just there for the big-time camp thing they had with all their top recruits. So I just was in the stadium, and then I just got to see the practice facility. So.
Any camps that you're looking forward to going, I believe, this summer and just balling out? Anything you're looking forward to?
I'm going to Future 50. It's at IMG Academy. That's like, all the UA Next, like when you go to UA Next camp, you got to win the award to get to go to Future 50. So I'm looking forward to that, definitely. Obviously, getting to be around people who are just like me, top guys, getting to see, compete, all that. So I don't think it's like a camp. It's like a drills, workout, and 7-on-7. So it should be like a fun thing.
Well, that's amazing, man. I'll definitely be checking that out. But man, Josh, thank you so much for your time and for your patience with the technical difficulties. I will say, man, we've interviewed a lot of people, in your position, or a lot of top guys, right? And I would say, like, your interview is right there at the top. Like, you articulate yourself very well.
Yeah, just a couple words of advice for me, just for me to you. Yeah, when you're researching these schools, research the city. Like you mentioned Texas, that's in Austin. Austin, man. First of all, Texas is a big business, big money, and if you look up Austin, it's a technological city. A lot of things happen. It's a beautiful city, and then think about it. If you go to a college, it's more than football. It's relationships, right? So I'm 39, right? I've been out of school for a minute now, 15, 16 years now. Those people I still have in my network from Ohio. So I'm in business. Guess what? I could call one of my buddies. Hey man, I need this. What's up? And then boom. So just remember, when you're looking at these schools, look up the state, look up the city. Like for me, it probably wouldn't make sense for me to go to Ole Miss because like what am I going to do in Mississippi? I mean, no disrespect to anybody from Mississippi, but I'm just saying I'm from Virginia, dog. So my business is based in like federal government stuff, like government contracts and military contracts. So I should have picked the Commanders, dude. I had an option, D, to go to from an NFL standpoint.
Yeah.
I had a contract available from Saints and then the Redskins at that time. I should have picked the Redskins because then I'm forever in that fraternity. Yeah, just research the area, man, and shoot, I'm proud of you. And let's stay in touch because I want to give you anything that I know. I want to make sure you know. Okay.
Definitely.
Yep.